All right, everyone, we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, and we'll take questions for the players first.
Yeah, what a special night. Our guys it's a special group. They just never gave in. I didn't think we were sharp early, and we just kept fighting. And, there's times where you look like you're down and out, and the resiliency that they had to be able to come back and get the game into overtime. I mean, so many guys, and then we talked about this last game too, and it's different guys, different nights, but so many guys just made big shots, big plays to be able to put us in a situation. And Chris was really he's on a great streak right now. He's playing great, and I'm so happy for AJ. AJ was the best teammate last game when we beat Texas A&M, and tonight, the final 10 minutes is the best player on the court, and he deserves this for the way he's stuck with it and everything else. And so we need everybody, and you've seen that different nights, different things, and this is going to be a team that's going to keep going. We're not satisfied. We'll talk about the season when it's over, but this was a really good night.
Questions for AJ and Chris. AJ, what did you see on the play where Tyler made the shot to go into overtime?
I kind of just was attacking. I seen they kind of was trying to hug the three-point line, but then when I kind of got past them, they kind of turned around and watched, and he moved. Something that we work on every day, find the open spots. He got there and knocked it down. He did something that he's supposed to do. I expected him to make that shot. He knows I'm hard on him about missing and making, but a little running joke with us, but he came through when he needed to, so it was definitely big. He made me look good.
It felt like you were in a groove. What about tonight made you just feel comfortable out there?
It's March 1st, and I struggled in February. So I had to figure out a way to help my team keep rolling. Chris started off with the energy. I kind of followed in his lead, and the ball finds energy. And I think that kind of helped us both out tonight.
AJ, you talk about it being March and some of your struggles in February. How big is it for you and your confidence to start out the month with all the implications, having a game like this and playing the way you do?
I never was too high or too low on it. I kind of could just trust my work, the work that I put in every day, but it's no looking back. I can't get none of those games back. We got something that we want to accomplish as a team. A lot of guys on the team never been in March. So that's one of my focuses, to help them guys finish their goal out. A lot of us is our last go-round. So just coming out there playing hard for my brothers. It was a senior night tonight. Graham is one of our biggest components on a walk-on team. He gives us a good look every day. So just to go out there and give him a win on his senior night and kind of repay him for the things that he does for us that goes unseen. So it was definitely one of those moments for me.
How about you, Chris, on that playing? Postseason's ticking down. You're playing some of your best ball here at the end of March, starting in March.
Yeah, I'm obviously glad I could get it going for the team, but it's my first time. I'm not saying we didn't make it yet, but first time hopefully playing in March, making a later run, and I'm definitely excited. So I'm glad I'm able to help the team, win.
Chris, what do you like most about playing at home?
Everything. I think the energy is, obviously I'm a big energy guy, very animated. Just try to feed off the energy, feed off the crowd, and try to make plays for my brothers too.
You feel like that for both of y'all? Do you feel like that's intangible that you guys have when you get a steal and a breakaway, or Tyler hits a three, that it just kind of ignites the entire team, and then that one play can change it for you guys?
Most definitely. I think Chris could definitely do it a lot. He definitely takes some dunks home with him a night. I think he had a couple opportunities to turn it over and get the crowd into it, but definitely just feeding off the energy in there. Memorial Magic is real, and we feed off those guys. They're like our sixth man, so we go out there and get it done.
Question really for both of you guys. It feels like whenever you guys' backs are against the wall, you always seem to find that response. There's always different guys that manage to do it. What is it about this team that always seems to answer the call when that moment is the biggest?
I think obviously as the season has gone on, we're still learning each other. It's a whole new team, and I think down the stretch we're starting to really find, stick to your strengths and do it well.
And we got a lot to prove still, so we're resilient in all situations.
There's so many big shots Tyler's hit in these home games. So what is it about him late in games here at home against really good teams that he just seems to step up?
He never wavers. We watch him put in countless hours shooting the ball. So, it just comes. That's what comes with it. He puts the work in, and he's reaping the benefits of it.
Yeah, that dude could really shoot. I've never seen anything like it, honestly. So anytime I'm in transition, I definitely try to look for him.
Chris, it was a group of new guys when you came in here, and obviously you're playing a certain role. Is a lot of your success now, like, you learn when to cut, you learn how to play off of the 2-point guards?
Yeah, I'm just obviously still learning. AJ's is very good at getting in the paint, and I found that, when he gets in there, a lot of people crash and, collapse into him. So I try to find an open area, and he finds me a lot. So I'm thankful for that.
AJ, I know you've been on a few different teams that have been in March at Michigan State. What is it about this team you feel like has that special factor that's built for this month?
I think we have a lot of guys that have a chip. Like I go back to before, I'm the only one coach and Jalen and the staff who's been playing in March. So a lot of guys got that chip of wanting to get there and wanting to make it consistent. I just happen to be blessed to do it over a period of time, and I want to share with my guys. So each and every night I could go out there and help get us closer to that, even though the job's not done yet. We still got games ahead of us, still got work to put in. But it's definitely something that we're looking forward to. Not looking ahead past nobody, but that chip is on our shoulder, and we'll never forget where they put us at the beginning of the season.
I think that will carry you into the SEC tournament next week. Everybody's here. It's going to be a tough atmosphere for anybody to win, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's definitely going to give us another shot at some games that we think we could learn from early on in the season. But we kind of still going one game at a time. Really not looking too ahead for that right now. We still got work to handle in front of us.
AJ, when you came here, a lot of people doubted that you guys could win here. Is this what you had in mind when you decided to commit here?
Most definitely. There's nothing else that I had in mind. It's the one we got to figure out how to get it done. Coach put us in position. We're going out there executing. Some bumps in the road. That's how every road is made, but we'll figure it out.
Caleb Grell had 28. Obviously a really good player, but you guys did just enough. Just how tough is he to guard and handle?
Yeah, he's really good. He makes you pay for any little mistake, and he has a counter to your counter. So you got to really be locked in when you're guarding him.
Question for all three, really. 3 straight wins, 2 against top 15 ranked opponents. It seems like this team is kind of rounding into form heading into conference tournament play and really hopefully March Madness. Do you see any specific things that you're hoping to improve on still with these last 2 games in the regular season, or just team dynamic? What are you hoping to achieve still?
I would say consistency. I think we do a lot of good jobs of playing hard in spurts. Even our struggles with start of second halves and things like that. I think we're kind of learning and growing in those areas. And continue to trying to sharpen our knife and get better when March arrives, the tournament, SEC tournament, and things of that nature. So kind of get better every day and do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, I think we could reach another level defensively too. I think when we're connected, we're tough to score against. So.
Anything else for the guys?
Good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, questions for Coach.
Coach, long game. Obviously, when you guys got it to overtime, how confident? Well, there was still work to be done, but do you guys feel pretty confident there in overtime?
Yeah, it was almost new life. I mean, it was a struggle in regulation, and the second half we were right there, and I just didn't want to be satisfied about the overtime. So it was, pretty stern talk, in that break of, now it's time to go. Now it's time to really play, and I think it was important we scored the first points in the second half, the overtime period, and we really, had a great 5 minutes there.
Coach, can you kind of walk us through the last play in regulation and kind of what you saw from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, when you're up 3, you're sometimes worried about the other team fouling. And, what I told AJ is to push the ball with great pace. And I thought they might foul him, but on the wings we had Jason and we had Tyler Nickel. And as he crossed half court, I was like, get a 3. And I didn't know where it was going to come or who was going to come to, but we didn't want a 2 in that situation. AJ described it perfectly, that he drew the defense, and then Tyler Nickel found the window there. And as soon as it got to his hands, I think we were all confident.
What about Tyler Nickel and his shot making really just makes you so confident that when he catches it in that situation, it's going to go in?
I've kind of seen his shot a lot, and I can see the rhythm when he catches it. And something that's difficult, for any player, but sometimes guys that are labeled shooters, is he didn't get off to a good start. I mean, they were they were all over him, with not letting him catch and denying his catches. And he found some openings in the second half. And I talk to guys all the time, you got to have an unbreakable confidence. And you can't let the circumstances affect your confidence. And he has an unbreakable confidence. He doesn't care.
3 straight wins against ranked opponents, one on the road last week, obviously, and then now this one. How big is that for you guys to really not just be playing your best basketball in March, but doing it against some of the better teams in the country right now?
Yeah, this was brought to my attention today that we've played 6 ranked teams in a row, and 7 out of 8. I don't know if anybody else goes through these situations, but with all of them, it's hard to say this after you lose, but I thought we were playing well. And, I thought we could have had the Tennessee game, and Kentucky played great. But then, losing to these teams is difficult, but you got to make sure that you're focused on the right thing, and it's next and keep getting better. And, it's 3 ranks in a row, but it's really 6 in a row. And, it's not any easier. Tuesday night, it's a team coming in. It's got a bunch of guys that are future NBA players and, a great coach. And so what we got to do is just go to the next one, try to go 1-0 on Tuesday. I've talked to the guys already about our mentality is we're not satisfied, probably with our stability of being in the NCAA tournament. We need to keep getting better and position ourselves for the SEC tournament and the highest we possibly can get to. Try to make a run in that tournament. And then when the selection committee decides where we want to go, we'll try to make a run in that tournament.
Coach, it feels like the situational substitutions have really helped lead to wins, whether it's offense or defense. Have you had a season like this before, where you've had to sub like this? It feels unique, situationally.
Nah, this is probably the most in my 12 years of coaching. It is trying to find the right guy in a situation. You don't want to over sub. Unfortunately, sometimes foul trouble has put me in those situations. But it is sometimes putting the best group, going with your gut instinct or past experiences and try to put them in the best situation.
With DJ Hoggard, the month he had in February that he mentioned, just kind of how were you coaching him through it? How fulfilling was it to see him do what he did today?
Yeah, it was a point of our meeting a couple of days ago. Now, I was really proud of his character in the last win. And that's not easy. But if you go back and watch the film, watch how he's cheering on his teammates. Watch how he's happy for their success. And that karma comes back. So, of course, he's going to be successful. And we just tried to build him up the last couple of days. I had an assistant coach watch all the good things he's doing. We know that he can do some things better than what he is, but he's a high-level player. He cares about his teammates. He's fallen in love with Vanderbilt, and we're going to need him in March. He said it. We're going to need him in March.
Tyler Tanner gave you some pretty strong minutes, a couple of big buckets, and made some nice defensive play. Talk about his game.
Yeah, it's not unusual. Tyler Tanner always gives us a boost. And I think he's figuring out the SEC a little bit more as he goes along. And the last game, I couldn't take him off the court. Tonight, Chris was playing so well and AJ was playing so well, probably affected his minutes, but I trust him. He's 18 years old, and I trust him in these situations, and he'll be back out there again.
I know you've talked about this team's resiliency. We've seen it a few times, especially throughout this SEC stretch. What do you feel like it is about the makeup of this team that just kind of gives them that ability when their backs are against the wall?
Well, we got something to prove, and that's a great motivator. I'm finding guys, and we talked about the NCAA tournament. We talked about, this league, and some people want to run from the challenge of this league. They want to run from the competition. It like I said, 6 straight ranked teams. Nobody else is going through that besides the SEC. So what that does is it kind of figures out how strong you are, how good you are. And you better learn along the way, and these guys are doing it. We make mistakes. We learn from them. And, they got more to prove, and now we got 20 wins, but this is not something where we ran across the finish line. Like, it's still in front of us.
Quick turnaround. I would assume rest is going to be a priority heading into Arkansas.
Yeah, these Tuesday games, and so we go Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and that we've done that before, and that is a hard stretch. Luckily, we're at home. 9 o'clock game. That's not my favorite. I'm going to need extra coffee on Tuesday. But if the crowd's like that, that's going to give us energy, and it's the last time we play in this building. So I know we want to play well, and I know we want to keep going.
You talked about concern about the bubble. You feel like you're off the bubble, and you feel like you've got some momentum going into the SEC tournament, and this is your hometown. You've had great crowd support. You feel like that will carry over to the tournament?
Yeah, I'm hoping the crowd does carry over to the SEC tournament, and that we do travel. My mom told me if we win today, we're in the NCAA tournament. So she's my bracketologist.
Do you feel like the trips to Starbucks will be a little easier for you now that you're not on the bubble and you constantly having to hear that chatter?
Yeah, I mean, it is funny. I shouldn't have said that because now it gets said to me even more. This team's done a good job in a position, to take that pressure off, and now we can focus on just getting better and trying to win the games. And look, it's not fun being on the bubble. It's not fun having all those things because there's no one's going to have a conversation with you without bringing it up. I just learned that, and then it's the same way with our guys. So now we're past that, and it's figure out how to keep improving, and I know we got some areas where we can get better at, and then try to make a run these last 2 games, the SEC, and then try to make a run down to Bridgestone.
Coach, I think y'all shot 67% in the second half and then like 80% in overtime. What helped y'all turn things around offensively?
Yeah, well, we were in the first half. It was frustrating for me as a coach because we were playing east and west. We were going sideways, and they were switching things, and we couldn't get to the paint. And we finally figured out the way that we were going to be successful was to attack off the drive and try to get our feet into the paint and then make the decisions after there. So we were trying to put guys in different situations, and guys made plays too. AJ made some tough shots, but they were learning to play off of that, and it was a much better offensive performance, like you said, in the second half and overtime because there was some spotty play in the first half.
Any final question?
All right, thanks, guys.